isn't it interesting? Whenever there's something wrong with your vehicle and maybe you bring it up to a friend or a family member, all of a sudden they're vehicle experts. They got a suggestion for you. Oh, I bet it's this. You should replace that or do this or try that, or I'm hearing this noise. Oh, I bet it's this. Everybody's got an opinion all of a sudden, right? And you're asking, wait, I didn't know if you were a mechanic, or I didn't know you were interested in that. So a lot of times that's the case with a lot of things, right? If you're having an issue, people are oftentimes willing to suggest something. Does that sound familiar with investments as well? Oftentimes we hear people come in and, well, my neighbor said I should look at this. My friend said I should doing this, or they did that. Even as, the friendly local handyman, hey, he was over working on my kitchen sink and he had suggested I look at this. Well, let's back up for a second when we look at advice. Again, some of these people, I think, in their intentions are the best. One, we have to ask ourselves, what are their qualifications? Do they have the background, the knowledge, the know-how of doing this or giving this advice? And potentially the most important thing is, remember, everybody's situation is different when it comes to finances. You may feel, or it may look on the surface that, hey, we're close to the same age, or their lifestyle looks about like mine. Well, folks, there's so many other variables we have to consider when we're looking at different investment plans, strategies, and all this sort of stuff. Maybe they have a pension or retirement and you don't, or vice versa. Maybe they're in a certain tax bracket because of capital gains or because of spousal income or something like that, and it's different from you. Again, if you don't know the whole picture with this, how are the advice they're giving you, how do you know it's pertinent to you and the best? Again, in order to give financial advice, one, you have to be licensed to do that, but two, you really have to understand the individual circumstances. Get deeper with that. Like we always talk about, we need to plan. You can't just blindly walk in and give somebody investments advice and say this is the greatest thing ever. There's so many other circumstances out there that we need to know about the individual. Again, goals, objectives, risk tolerance, all of these sort of things, and so much more before we can do that. So be careful about taking that advice when somebody starts talking about that. Be careful about, gleaning what they're saying. Is it worth looking into? Potentially, but we have to dig deeper and make sure that it's okay for you and do your due diligence on that. Again, making sure you're working with a financial professional that understands the complete picture of your financial plans is going to be vital to that. Remember, retirement, we only want to do this once. We want to get it right the first time. So when we're planning for this, again, we're going to plan so you can retire well.